April 2nd, 2025, folks. It's happening. Switch to Direct. We've been waiting on this console for like 5 years at this point, and I am hyped to get real information. Back in January, we received the most safe reveal of a console I've ever witnessed. It was enough for me. I got real deep personal joy from watching it, but I will confess, 3 months is a long time, and I am eager for just a bountiful waterfall of information to wash over me and saturate me in Nintendo-y goodness. So, we're at the time of this recording 2 weeks out from the presentation, the big direct, and I thought it'd be fun to put out 5 predictions that I am almost certain will be in this Switch 2 April direct. So, if you will, come along with me, and I'll let you know what's in store. Number 1, the gimmick. I fully expect that we're not just going to be told what the gimmick is at this Switch 2 Direct, but they are going to have a game to back it up that will really highlight and exemplify what they are going for. So for instance, the Wii had Wii Sports with its motion controls and its family-centric gameplay. The Wii U had Nintendo Land, really like putting a spotlight on that stupid Wii U gamepad and how it was incorporated into the various mini games. And even the Switch, the Switch had 1-2 Switch, but it also had arms. Both of those were meant to really emphasize different aspects of the controller, the Joy-Cons, right? 1-2 Switch was very much a party game. It was meant to really teach the players how to incorporate movement into the gameplay. Arms, more of a competitive fighting game, but again, re-emphasizing how motion controls, in light of the Joy-Cons, using both to land hits and throw punches. Now the question for Switch 2, what's it going to be? What's the gimmick and what's the game, right? So I think the gimmick is almost certainly it's going to be their mouse mode, right? They teased it in the Switch 2 reveal. I think they're really going to dig into it with the Switch 2 Direct. I think the game that is going to really shine and highlight that feature, not necessarily the party game, but this is more like the game, right? A real video game. I think Star Fox is going to be coming back to show off mouse mode. And you might be saying to yourself, but Andrew, he's a fox and these are mice. And he's in space and these are in my hands. How could it possibly work? Well, let me tell you. Imagine this. You're sitting on your couch. You're sitting in your favorite armchair. You've got one Joy-Con in one hand, the other Joy-Con in the other. And they are both in mouse position, right? One is used as the throttle. The other is used to navigate space. You are controlling your speed and you're directly controlling the direction of your spaceship. One mouse controls the lasers, the other controls the missiles. It is emphasizing dual mouse control in this game. Now, are you going to look a little silly doing it? I just did it when I was trying to explain it to you, and I felt a little ridiculous, but I think it's also going to be a whole lot of fun. Number 2, 3D Mario. So Mario Day came and went. March 10th is in the rear view. It's gone like an angel's kiss. And all we got was the Lego Mario Kart and some NSO Game Boy titles. But other than that, just crickets. So surely Nintendo has some more planned for the plumber's big 40th birthday. And folks, it has to be 3D Mario. Switch launched with Breath of the Wild, big Zelda game. And then Mario came afterwards with Mario Odyssey. Now, over the courses of the Switch's life, Zelda has had its time to shine with its 3D entries. It had Breath of the Wild. It had its Hyrule Warriors. It had its 2D ventures with Link's Awakening and Echoes of Wisdom. And now you might be saying to yourself, but Andrew, Mario's had a lot. He had some ports, and he had a new 2D Mario, and he had Mario Kart. Those have all been very successful. Surely Nintendo doesn't want to cannibalize on those Mario sales right out the gate. Well, let me tell you something. Nintendo has no sales to cannibalize. The Switch is no longer being drip fed. It is dry, folks. And a 3D Mario is long overdue. And I think just like Mario Odyssey is going to incorporate the gimmick, which then were Joy-Cons. In this case, it is now mouse mode into its gameplay. It won't be necessary, but it will make the game more fun. And we're going to find out more about it on April 2nd. Mark my words. Number 3, release date and price. Now listen, this is the most boring part of the reveal, but it will almost certainly, definitely be there. And I think it's the one that is giving folks the most apprehension, primarily the price, right? In this economy, we're not looking to spend a lot on our video game consoles, you know? And surely this thing won't cost as much as a PlayStation 5 Pro or an Xbox Series X. However, I think that we are going to be looking at Nintendo's most expensive console yet. The Switch debuted and stuck with a $300 price point. I think it would be foolish to believe that the Switch 2 is going to be anywhere below $400. I think after tax and whatever other add-on you may have to get for your console or choose to get for your console, maybe there's different SKUs, I think we are looking at anywhere from $400 to $500. $1,000 for a Switch 2. It is unfortunate, but it is reality, and we must accept it to keep the hype train going. Now the release date. I mentioned it briefly just now. Nintendo hasn't sold a single game for all of 2025. You can look it up. It is true. They have had zero income. Now they are still sitting pretty on the Switch's hefty coffers. They brought in a ton of money over the past 7 years. So they are able to spend this time of solitude and silence preparing for future releases. But I know that they also want to start bringing that income back in. They need to keep the lights on, which is why I know for a fact Switch 2 will be launching mid to late May. That is right. 1 month after the April 2nd Direct, the console will be released. Now you may be saying to yourself, but Andrew, they'll still be doing the hands-on events. That is true. They will be halfway through their hands-on events. So what they're going to do is they're going to release the console to the public via sales, via being available for sale. And if you are still on the fence, you can then have a whole nother month to try out this thing. Folks are saying June. Folks are saying July. Folks are saying August. They are all wrong. It will almost definitely, certainly 100% be releasing mid to late May. Mr. Nintendo needs his paycheck. Number 4, first-party games. Folks, this is the part I am most excited about. What does Nintendo have lined up for the rest of 2025? And what are we going to see? Now, we know we're getting Mario Kart. We caught a glimpse of it in the Switch 2 reveal trailer. But what else is there? For Switch 2, I have, from week to week, my mind changes on how they will be approaching Switch 1 support and Switch 2 support. Will they be doing crossplay? Will they be doing only backwards compatibility? Will there be Switch 2 exclusives? Will there be Switch 1 exclusives? I am now of the mind that there will be Switch 1 and Switch 2 versions of games, 2 different SKUs. And they are going to be $10 in difference, which unfortunately for me means that Switch 2 games will be $70, which is a big sad. I don't like it, but unfortunately it is real. So with that being the case, I think we're going to be seeing a Legend ZA Switch 2 version. I think we're going to be seeing a Metroid Prime 4 Switch 2 version. Mario Kart, the new one, the one that we caught a glimpse of, that will be a Switch 2 exclusive. There will be no Switch 1 Mario Kart X or 10 or whatever it's called. It's going to be a Switch 2 exclusive. But what other games could we see? What other games are on the horizon? The new horizon, right? I think we're also going to be seeing Animal Crossing in 2025. That game came in 2020 when we needed it most. And unfortunately, it did not receive the support it needed to keep thriving. Nintendo's had a long time. It's had a few years to craft together a new Animal Crossing. It's got all those assets already prepped for this next entry. I think we will almost certainly see a new Animal Crossing. So that gives us 1, Mario Kart, 2, Metroid Prime 4, 3, Legends ZA, 4, Animal Crossing, and 5, 3D Mario for 2025. That's a lot. That's wish list type stuff, but I'm certain it's going to happen. I think we get a glimpse into 2026. I think we might see a little squidling glance over its shoulder and wink, hinting at Splatoon 4. I think we might see Captain Olimar eat a carrot and burp, hinting at Pikmin 5. I think we might see Kirby, jump into a little robot suit or eat a weird creature and get a power we haven't seen before, hinting at a future 3D Kirby. I think they're going to give us a full, just a smorgasbord of first-party games real fast, and they'll say more information this coming up in September or something. They probably won't put a month on it, but we are going to get 5 confirmations and then a bunch of hints at what's in the future. It's going to be exciting. They need it to be exciting. They need to bring people in, and the best way to get people to buy a Nintendo console is with a slew of first-party killer titles. You can count on it. Number 5, the third-party sizzle reel. They don't need to sell these games, right? They don't need to let people know what Elden Ring is, or what Street Fighter 6 is, or what Resident Evil is. But what they do need to show are these games playing on the Switch 2. I think we are going to get a full sizzle reel, maybe like 3 minutes. And it's just going to be a lightning round of currently existing third-party titles that are being brought into the Nintendo ecosystem. These are games that have long been released, right? They're going to be like, here's Baldur's Gate 3. Y'all know it rocks. Bon appetit. You know what Yakuza Like a Dragon is. That game ruled. Enjoy it on the go. You know what Resident Evil is. It's scary. Is it zombies? That part maybe you don't know. I'm not sure what they are, but you're going to find out on your Switch 2. This console, I've heard people, and you're even saying to yourself right now, oh, but Andrew, the Switch, it can't possibly be powerful enough to play these titles. They don't know how to make powerful hardware. Yes, they do. That's the thing, though. They do know how to make powerful hardware. And more importantly, developers know how to scale their games because they've been providing PC report to dyno computers like mine for decades. They know how to scale this junk down. Is it going to be pretty? No. It could look like The Witcher 3 on the Switch 1. Will it be there? Yes. I can't wait to play Dragon Ball Sparking Zero at 15 frames a second on my Switch 2, because at least I'll be in my bed while I'm doing it. It's going to be rad. It's going to blow people's minds. Folks, we're going to get so much third-party support because these developers want that money too. They missed the Switch train. They couldn't make their games for it. It was unfortunate, and they're not going to make the same mistake with the Switch 2. I guarantee it. You will see this third-party sizzle reel with all of your favorite titles, and you will buy the same games for the second time because you'll be able to play it while you're on the toilet. So that's what you can expect with the Switch 2 Direct, April 2nd. You're going to get a game with a gimmick. You're going to get your third-party Mario. You're going to get your release date and your release price. You're going to get your first-party highlights, your first-party games that are coming out this year, and a glance at what's coming out next year. You're going to get the third-party sizzle reel, and you're going to be hyped about it. You're going to be psyched out of your mind. This is going to be, I've been seeing articles about how this is supposed to be like the biggest launch ever. You didn't have to write an article to tell me that. It's absolutely is. This is going to be the Switch 2. It's not going to be the most innovative console of our generation. We already saw that with the Switch 1. But I think this will be the most important console of our generation, because I think it is going to set the standard and the expectation for handheld gaming going forward. It is going to show consumers what a quality handheld product looks like. It is going to show other third-party handheld development teams what they should be aiming for when making their portable consoles. I can't wait for the Switch 2 Direct on April 2nd. I'll probably be streaming it on repeat most of the day. I'm psyched. Tell me what you think. Do you think that these 5 almost certain items that will be popping up in the Switch 2 Direct, do you buy it? You think I'm right? I mean, I know I'm right. I don't need your confirmation, but I would like your opinion. I would like to start a dialogue on this. Tell me what you feel. If you think I missed something, you think there's 6 things? What's the 6th thing? What did I forget? What's going to be there that I don't know about? Please tell me. Folks, as always, thank you for supporting the channel. It means a lot that you even swing by. It's incredible. I'm having a lot of fun. As always, I'm Andrew Bolcar with another upstairs only Game Talk. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.